Hello guys, and welcome to day 2 of my trip to Maine and Boston. I bet y'all are gonna really love today's vlog, at least, because guess what? We're going to Boston! I told you these vlogs would be amazing, so smash that like and subscribe button and let's go. Guys, we're crossing the street. We have about like 35 minutes or something until we get on our train to Boston. Yeah. See you guys in a bit. We're getting ready to board. I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay. Let's go.
Daddy's got it.
There's so many people. Hi. What?
Bicycle this way! Bicycle this way! Right down this way.
I don't know what happened, but we're just standing here waiting. We're not even on the train, no. The line just got here, that means we're moving, we're making progress. This goes on kittens. Yep. About to go. I can't wait. I wonder what the interior is going to look like. What?
Which store do we want to go in, left or right?
Let's go in left. We're gonna go in left.
Business is down the platform.
Yeah. I promise.
Coach is in the left and right, folks. 2 doors open for Coach.
Okay,
I got
let's
2 doors open for Coach. Coach is in the left and right.
Yeah. There's more. Oh, this is nice. It looks like an airplane. This is exactly like an airplane.
We have to have this room because we want to be
Yeah.
all the 4 of us, right?
Yes.
Although you won't have a window. We won't have a window this way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, that's facing the other way. That's facing the other way.
Yeah, it's facing
Yeah,
there.
let's sit here.
Can y'all sit there?
Are you okay with that? You
Yeah.
can't see?
Y'all, we were able to change seats and now we're moving. Chugga chugga chug chug choo choo. They don't even do safety checks or none of that.
It will. Come down the aisle in a minute.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Amtrak Train 696, service to Boston's North Station. Those of you folks joining us here, please have your tickets ready for inspection. This train is sold out, so we need all personal items and luggage to be stored in the overhead compartments or down by your feet or on your lap. We need all seats available for people today. Once again, please have your tickets ready for inspection by the conductor.
Okay. What's up, guys? It's been about 3 hours. We have 5 minutes until we stop and we get off. So I can't wait. I think we're gonna go grab some food, and I was like, a bet. So it's gonna be nice. Y'all, we're at dinner. This fish is so freaking good. I bet I'm gonna eat all of it. Yep. If not, I'll have some for lunch tomorrow or something. Yeah. Yeah. Really good. You guys might be asking, what are we doing today? We're currently on a bus tour, and not a bus, a duck tour. There's a part where it's kind of like a bus, but there's a part where we actually get in water on this freaking thing. It's crazy. Let me and there's Charlene and Mike. Hi, Charlene and Mike. And this is the window. And signature.
Want to sit by the window?
Yeah. This is night. I believe it's 1 o'clock now. Oh, I'm gonna get started.
Welcome to Boston Duck Tours. To ensure that you enjoy your fully narrated tour of the city, please direct your attention to our brief but important safety announcement. Please remain seated and keep your arms, legs, head inside the vehicle at all times. Parents and guardians, please help your children adhere to this rule, both on land and on the water. Smoking and vaping are not permitted on the duck at any time. In the case of an emergency on the water, your deckhand and United States Coast Guard licensed captain will provide you with instructions as needed. In the event of a fire, we have 2 portable fire extinguishers, one at the front of the duck next to the narrator, and one at the rear of the duck under the last seat on the driver's side. We also have an onboard fire suppression system that can be activated by the captain or deckhand. If we need to evacuate the duck while on the river, the quickest route is over the sides. Push firmly on the plastic windows to make them fall. The rear portion of the canopy is retractable. Unlock the latch located on the back of the canopy and slide it forward as indicated by the arrow on the roof. There are life jackets overhead on both sides and in the back of the duck. The smaller life jackets with the red tabs are for children or persons weighing 90 pounds or less. The larger life jackets with the yellow tabs are for persons weighing more than 90 pounds. In the event of a water emergency, please don your life jacket and then assist others when needed. There are 2 life rings on the duck, one above the driver's seat and one attached to the outside rear of the duck on the driver's side. We have a mobile phone as well as a VHF Marine radio aboard, which allow us to communicate directly with the United States Coast Guard, State Police Marine Unit, local fire and EMS, and our shoreside manager. Thank you for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your tour of Boston.
Good. Greetings, humans, you beautiful little creatures, and welcome to Boston Duck Tours. Buckle your seatbelts, don your flashiest attire. We totally don't actually have seatbelts, but I appreciate that you're looking for them. Thank you, safety first. And prepare for takeoff on an intergalactic journey with the it girl of the galaxy, Ziggy Starduck. Now you might be wondering, okay, Ziggy, so what is an alien pop star like you doing on a duck boat in Boston? And I would say, I know, right? Ooh, that's really crazy how many words in the English language rhyme with duck and quack. It just made me impossible to be around. I'll do my very best to rein it in and not be like, oh, well, actually, as a matter of fact. Ooh, but it's hard. It's hard. But anyway, it's your lucky day, for it brings a one-night only wicked cosmic glittery guidebook to the sights and sounds of Beantown just for you. And then you all, of course, would fall to your knees, burst into tears, throw flowers, babies, whatever else human beings use to express overflowing joy. I found what better place to grow my adoring fan base than this revolutionary birthplace, right? And how better to assimilate to human culture than a city of triple F's? Ready for these? Freedom! Birthplace of the American Revolution, baby. Firsts, a hub of invention, innovation, and industry. and fun. Okay, because that's more fun. They're riding around the city on a nice macaroni and cheese colored duck boat and splashing into the Charles River on a beautiful day like today, right? Yeah. All right, now I wrote this triple S myself. But don't worry, everything else is straight from this noggin and the human history textbooks, okay? I know all my human history by now, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So, well, my spaceship is on the mend, which might be quite a while because I will tell you, technology is really not my thing. I welcome you all aboard our lovely amphibious vehicle. In Craft Orange, this duck is called Symphony Hal, and Hal is one of 28 ducks we have in our fleet, and they all parallel park in the same garage every single night like Thomas the Tank Engine. It is a crazy sight. And parallel parking a 36-foot long World War II vehicle, it's my personal worst nightmare. Yeah. However, he's really good at it. Okay, this is our U.S. Coast Guard certified captain. Captain Sam is going to drive us around the city today. So let's have some applause for our captain. And he is very good at what he does, so we're safe in his hands on land and in water. Alright, and speaking of safety, I know you all heard that really thrilling safety speech, but I'm obligated to remind you of some quick points. Please keep all appendages and antennas inside the duck at all times. Please remain seated for the duration of today's collaborative experience. And please leave any smoking and vaping to your home planets. I think you guys can handle it, no problem. Alright, so we have one more thing to learn before we learn all the other stuff, which is quacking. Okay, we're a little bit famous around here. And thus you guys now by proximity also famous. And you look like you can handle the fame, no problem. So here's how it goes. In the event that we get quacked at by passersby on the sidewalk, it's going to seem weird at first for humans to quack, but that's how they show their love. So in the event that that happens, or we pass by other ducks going the opposite direction, if they quack at us, like they just went by us if they were to quack, we want to say we love them back and quack by quacking back. Okay, so of course you guys can make whatever bird noises you want on your own volition at any time, and I totally won't stop you. But when I want to quack as a chorus, I'm going to give you a call, and that call is beam me up, like a tractor beam on a UFO, you know, like Scotty, right? So whenever I say beam me up, you're going to respond by saying quack quack, or like quack quack, or if you don't want to do the hands, you don't have to, you can just, you know, quack quack, right? But the 1-2 cadence, that's really important there. So we'll give it a test run here, maybe 2, and then we'll get some history and sightseeing. All right, and there's a first time for everything, so no pressure, guys, only a little bit. Are you ready? Beam me up. Okay, that was pretty good. But now that you're like well versed in it, we could do like one more. Beam me up.
Quack, quack.
Nice job, guys. That's pretty good. All right, and we're going to use that. We're going to save that for later. We're going to use it if we get quacked at. It's going to be so great. All right, now is this anybody's first time in Boston? Okay, lots of first timers on board. Welcome. So glad to have you guys here. It is a beautiful day to be exploring our lovely city. Welcome to Summers in Boston. So glad to have you here. Is anybody local? Okay, so we got some locals on board. I'll try to teach you guys something you don't already know about Boston or Massachusetts. And then for anybody in between, it's not your first time here, but you're all here all the time. Welcome back. Welcome quack. Okay, I'm done. I promise. Somebody was like, you should say quactor beam instead of tractor beam, and I was like, honestly, I feel like one more duck pun in the span of those 5 minutes might push them over the edge. I don't know. All right, but another thing about Boston is it is a city that is rich with history, as well as continuing to build outwards and upwards on top of that history. So I've got a lot of wicked old stuff to see, a lot of wicked new stuff to see, and a lot of stuff in between. Like, a lot. Another thing about Boston is it's always in progress, and by always in progress, I mean always under construction. You'll see what I mean as we drive around the city today. But you might see some of our wildlife in its natural habitat, like cats, caterpillar, like deer, like giant deer, or city bird, the bay crane, lots of construction vehicles out and about in the city. Alright, but the first place that we're coming up on here on your left is the North End neighborhood. And the North End is Boston's Little Italy and the oldest residential neighborhood in the city. So that's why it's a shorter section of the city, because it is an older section of the city. And that church steeple that you can see, that is where 2 lanterns were hung the night of Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. If you've heard 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, it referred to lanterns in the Old North Church hung to show the Bostonians in the area how the British would be leaving to go seize ammunitions from the colonist army. And later that night, the shot heard around the world would ring out, and the American Revolution would begin. So Boston's very proud of its revolutionary history as well. We have a lot of like stops on the Freedom Trail we're going to see. And the Freedom Trail documents Boston's role in the American Revolution. We have 16 historical sites. The Old North Church is one of those sites. All right, so you'll see on your left the Bell and Hand Tavern, oldest operating pub in the country, originally opening in 1795, still operating to this day. If you look to the left, you'll also see glass towers, 6 of them to be specific. This amalgamates to be the New England Holocaust Memorial. And you can actually walk through that and see the etchings inside up close. There are a million numbers in each of those towers to represent the 6 million Jewish victims of the Holocaust. Also in the Blackstone block, the Union Oyster House, which is the oldest operating restaurant in the country. It's making Maine clam chowder and a Maine lobster roll if you're looking to sample some of our local cuisine. Anywhere along the wharf is going to give you a really, really good seafood. Okay. On your left, there is Faneuil Hall, and Quincy Market is behind it. These are the most popular tourist destinations in the city of Boston. And Faneuil Hall came first, Quincy Market came second. Nowadays, this is a great place to go if you want to grab some souvenirs that say Boston on them, check out a little bit of historical stuff, grab a bite to eat. They have lots of restaurants and a food hall that runs all the way down Quincy Market with like lots of vendors inside, kiosks, shops. It's a fun time. Now, coming up ahead of us, you'll see 2 Freedom Trail sites. One of them is this entire intersection here, and one of them is that brick building on the corner. That is the Old State House. And the Old State House is a former seat of government in Massachusetts, as well as being one of the oldest brick buildings in the city. So if you're looking at those bricks and thinking to yourself, wow, they look like they've been here since 1713, you'd be right and shockingly accurate. So nice work, fabulous start. This is one of the old, as I mentioned, one of the oldest brick buildings in Boston, and the Declaration of Independence was first read in the city off that balcony on the front of the building 2 weeks after its U.S. debut in Philadelphia, when it was brought here on horseback. The Boston Massacre takes place out front of the Old State House in March of 1770. So what starts as a skirmish. Now, to give you some context on this time, the Bostonians and the British aren't really getting along very well because the British are in charge still and the Bostonians are growing angry about this. So what started as a skirmish, where that guy is singing right now, ended in a riot. 8 British soldiers stood where he is standing now, facing up against an angry mob of over 200 Bostonians. If you've ever encountered an angry Bostonian, it's not like the best thing to have over 200 up in one place. So the British, fearing for their lives, fired their muskets into the crowd, and they caused 5 civilian casualties. We call this the Boston Massacre. And the British call this same incident the unfortunate incident on King Street, frame reference and how we weren't super duper aligned with them at the time. So now you can go into the Old State House, and in commemoration of the Boston Massacre, you can actually get one of the craziest pieces of city merchandise I've ever seen. You can tell me what you think of this, but if you want to be mildly off-putting to people that walk by on the sidewalks, you can get a Boston Massacre shirt. Right? I'm like, who is this? Rough. Made for, aside from history teachers and tour guides. That is crazy. But in case you want to remember the details of the incident, they're all on this shirt. And I was like, they can't be selling a lot of those, right? So I went back later, and they had expanded their collection to include scarves. What? I was like, who's this Boston Massacre scarf? Like, this is so crazy. But, you know, all 8 of the soldiers who were involved in the massacre were charged with murder. 6 of them were acquitted on the defense of self-defense. 2 of them were branded with an M on their thumbs for manslaughter. Okay? Now, a couple years later, 1773, the Boston Tea Party protested British taxation on imports of tea by throwing that tea into the Boston Harbor. And how fitting, on your right, you'll see it's over 100 years old tea kettle. That tea kettle is gleaming, golden, steaming, comedically oversized, yet still perfect for a city famous throwing tea everywhere. And you'll see the Bunker Hill Monument if you look to your right. It's pointing in the sky over there in Charlestown area. And if you've seen the Washington Monument in D.C., it was actually based on the design of Bunker Hill. So that came first, Washington Monument came second, and there is our new Museum of Science here. We're going to pass by it on our way to the water here, and then we'll have a short trip back once we're done in the water. But if you haven't gotten a chance to go inside yet, that place is phenomenal. It is not only an absolutely massive museum, it's also legally registered as a zoo because they have live animal enclosures in the building. Yep. And it is also home to the largest indoor lightning machine on Earth, which they have just for fun and to showcase the science of it all. Every single day that they can, they're open, they do a lightning show. And that lightning show, part of it entails putting one of their employees into a human-sized metal bird cage, raising up the bird cage like right next to the Van de Graaff generator, and striking it with storm-sized lightning. You guys ready to quack? Remember this? Okay, beam me up! Quack! Beam me up! Quack! That was awesome. Nice job. Nice Nice job. Nice job. We got them. They did not even see us coming. Nice. They strike the cage with the person inside it with lightning to prove that metals and conductor of heat and human beings are not. It's crazy. Piece of the Berlin Wall visible past the UPS truck on your left there. That little graffiti on it is actually authentic from when the wall was up dividing East and West Berlin. And it's not just there for show, but so that it references a motto that Education First has with their language programs. They like to say we break down barriers via language education. So it was gifted to them as one of history's most famous broken down barriers to represent the barriers they're breaking down with our language learning programs. Very sweet. Okie dokie. So, another building that's part of Education First is coming up on the right here. This building was designed to look like a glass waterfall is running down the front. Well, North Point Park is over here. You can see a lot of people sunbathing on a day like today and setting up their hammocks. But here's that glass waterfall building. After that, if you're somebody who likes to skateboard, longboard, pennyboard, roller skate, roller blade, BMX bike, scooter, unicycle, bicycle, tricycle, hoverboard, ripstick, or tech, or that. Anything with wheels. The largest skate park in New England is here on our right. This is the Lynch Family Skate Park. And it was designed with the overpass in mind so that skaters can still use it while it's raining out. It's a pretty cool place. Alright, so we're going to go over some real quick safety stuff while you check that out. And then we're going to splash into the river. Okay, so first thing and foremost, Captain Sam's U.S. Coast Guard certified. There are exits all around you. We can also open the roof. Life jackets are above you should you need them. Yellow tabs are for adults, red tabs are for kids or if you're under 90 pounds. 2 life flags are on the dock, 2 fire extinguishers on the dock as well. 1 in the front for each, 1 in the rear for each. You guys feeling ready to splash in? Yeah, alright. And just like that, we turn this truck into a duck. Welcome to the Charles River, my friends. Beam me up.
What?
Now that we're waterfowl, we have to act like it, right? Welcome to the Charles River. Okay, so the vessel is shaped like a boat, so that even with the wheels on the same place the whole time, it still floats like a boat. So the front wheels are turned on and off to splash in and out.
We're in the water.
The back wheels spin continuously while we're in the water. Not because we need that, but that's just how the engine works. So the wheels on the dock do indeed go round and round underwater. So I'm going to give you guys a break from my voice for a tiny bit so you can take some pictures, take a look around, take it all in, take a gander. And if anybody wants me to grab a photo for them of your group, I can do that too. And then I'll be back once we get towards the upper basin to tell you all about the Charles River.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, y'all, that was amazing. I get to drive the freaking duck. Anyway, we're going to see something in IMAX. It's my first time ever in IMAX. Okay, y'all, thank you for watching the vlog. We're about to leave our Boston hotel and go back to Maine. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button.